Okay. Executive session has ended, but before we resume our regular meeting of the Atlanta Board of Education, we have a couple of recognitions. We have a special presentation by Board Member Iretta Balden and the Booker T. Washington Marching Band. Doors of a historic institution swung open for African American students in Atlanta, Georgia.
It was a place where they could learn, grow, and embrace their culture and heritage while being woven into the fabric of the rich legacy that has spanned the years, decade after decade. The season of this monumental centennial celebration
100 years ago, the doors of a historic institution swung open for African American students in Atlanta, Georgia.
It was a place where they could learn, grow, and embrace their culture and heritage while being woven into the fabric of the rich legacy that has spanned the years, decade after decade. The season of this monumental centennial celebration is upon us. So brace yourselves
as we prepare to spotlight, highlight, celebrate, and commemorate
the legendary, historic, notable, Booker T. Washington High School.
Congratulations, Booker T. Washington High School, on 100 years of serving Atlanta Public School students. We are so incredibly proud of you. We look forward to celebrating you really the entire month, the entire year, and looking forward to the big celebration here in a few weeks.
Go Bulldogs.
Ruff, ruff. So I told y'all you was about to get tired of us, but we back again this month, and I'm going to be sharing the resolution. Whereas in circa 1866-67, the Freedmen's Bureau established the free public schools in Atlanta for children of freed slaves, Storrs and Summerhill grammar schools. And whereas on September 24th, 1869, the first steps were taken towards the establishment of public schools for children in Atlanta by the adoption of an Atlanta City Council resolution, which stated in part that success and perpetuity of free institutions depend on the virtue and intelligence of the people. And whereas, later by an act of legislature on September 30th, 1870, the establishment of public schools were approved insofar that in January 1872, Atlanta opened the doors of public education to all children. And whereas, 52 years later, Booker Teleferro Washington High School opened its doors on September 24th, the first African-American public secondary school established in Atlanta. And whereas, Booker Teleferro Washington High School was named after the renowned educator, author, and leader, Booker T. Washington, who was born into slavery and rose to become one of the most influential figures in African-American community and nation. And whereas, the first principal of Booker T. Washington High School was Charles L. Harper, who built a firm educational foundation for the school by hiring dedicated teachers who were concerned about the welfare of the students. And whereas the Washington Bulldogs have been instructed by generations of dedicated, tireless educators who exemplify excellence and achievement for Booker T. Washington students. And whereas, in its 100 years of existence, Washington High School has a rich history of academic excellence, cultural diversity, and social activism, producing many distinguished alumni who have made significant contributions to the fields of education, law, medicine, science, arts, sports, politics, and civil rights. And whereas Washington High School counts in its legacy generations of notable individuals, including the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Romay T. Power, Dr. Asa Yancey, Dr. Mabel Smith Lott, Lyndon Wade, Lucille Palmer Perino, and Byron Amos. And whereas 100 years into its legacy, Washington High School continues to live the mission of Atlanta Public Schools with a caring culture of trust and collaboration, every student will graduate ready for college and career. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Atlanta Board of Education honors and recognizes the centennial anniversary of the opening of Booker T. Washington High School, and be it further resolved that the Atlanta Board of Education is proud of the legacy of Booker T. Washington High School and looks forward to the next 100 years of achievement from this illustrious body of scholars and educators, the Washington Bulldogs. Thank you. And congratulations.
What a wonderful performance. Now we will have the Booker T. Washington Marching Band and any Booker T. Washington alum or current students come up to have a photo with the board in celebration of the centennial anniversary. Principal Raid, I see you. Come on now, come on down.
Get that baby his Capri Sun back.
Now we will have a performance by Tumer Elementary School. In celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, Tumer Elementary School is here to give us a little performance. Yay! Thank you, Tumer Elementary School, for that wonderful performance. Now we'll turn it over to Board Member Cynthia Briscoe Brown for her recognition this evening.
We've got a lot of exciting things going on in Atlanta Public Schools this week. And now we're going to go halfway across the world. Actually, all the way across, halfway back. Atlanta Public Schools provides world language instruction to all students in elementary, middle, and high school. Currently, we teach 7 world languages across the district. In case you're interested, those are Arabic, American Sign Language, Chinese, French, Japanese, Latin, and Spanish. Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy offers 5 of these, more than any other school in APS. In school year 2021, CSK launched the first Japanese program in APS with financial support for a 2-year teacher grant from the Japan Foundation, which is Japan's only institution dedicated to creating global opportunities to foster friendship, trust, and mutual understanding with the country. We found an amazing teacher, Ms. Briam, fondly known as Briam Sensei, a native speaker of Japanese who shares her language and culture, her expertise in robotics, and her excitement about all things Japanese with our students. Our Japanese language program at CSK has grown and thrived in the 3 years since, but it would not be the success it is today without our deep and deeply personal partnership between APS and the Consul General of Japan in Atlanta. In July of 2023, with the assistance of Consul Maeda and his staff, APS was selected for an international exchange opportunity with the Kakehashi Project. I'm told that means bridge building, and you will have to you'll have to forgive my Japanese. I don't speak Japanese at all. My school didn't offer that when I was growing up. Anyway, 8 CSK students and 2 teachers participated in an 8-day trip to Japan. Before they left, the Consul General, his wife, and the staff came to CSK to personally help the students prepare for their adventure. They played Japanese Pictionary, they taught Japanese calligraphy, and they answered lots and lots of questions from our students. After the students returned to Atlanta, the Consul General and his wife returned to CSK to hear all about the students' adventures in Japan. And the students made a video, which we're getting ready to see right now, to thank the consul and celebrate their growth through this experience. And this is the kind of growth you really can only get from immersion in a different culture and language through travel abroad. So let's roll the video. Yum. So that's just a little taste of what our students experienced during their trip to Japan. The Consul General's office has also connected CSK with a sister school in Fukuoka, Atlanta's sister city in Japan. Consul General Maeda, his wife, and his staff are constantly looking for avenues to share Japanese language and culture with our students. Our students, in turn, have developed a deeper understanding of Japan and of their own potential to influence and even lead in a global society. This is the kind of global experience we want for all of our students as we prepare them for college, career, and life. Consul Maeda, we thank you for understanding that it may take a village to raise a child, but sometimes it takes a consul to give them the world. And now I'd like to ask several people to come up so that we can do the presentation. We have with us some of the students who went on this trip, including Layla Maxon, Sakaria Burtz, Jada King, Madison Ginn, Brianna Love, Zamaya Wallace, and Michaela Tillman. If you would come forward. Also, we have with us for the adults, we have Briam Sensei, their teacher, Wendy Feldman of the language staff at CSK, Principal Yolanda Washington, Dr. Margaret McKenzie, our Director of Multilingual Services and World Language, Consul General Maeda, and his assistant, Miho Kurashima.
Check, 1, 2.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Board Member Briscoe Brown. Next, Board Member Howard will recognize our USA Olympic gold medalist in Atlanta Public Schools own Carver High School graduate, Christopher Bailey. Now, we have a minor adjustment. Christopher couldn't be in person, so he is going to be remote and from Zoom, so we can acknowledge him on his tremendous accomplishment as our Olympic gold medalist. We will now have his presentation of Mr. Bailey by Board Member Katie Howard, District 1 representative of Carver High School.
Yes, it's an honor and a privilege to recognize Christopher Bailey, a very proud Carver Panther. And I watched both his final races in the Olympics. So thank you for letting me do this. I will start by reading his bio, and I believe, I think he's joining us, but whatever. Christopher Bailey was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. His primary education, was completed through the Carver Cluster, having attended Slater Elementary, Price Middle School, and Carver Early College. He pursued higher education at Mississippi Valley State University and the University of Tennessee, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Education with a concentration in kinesiology, first gen, it says, and he further advanced his studies at the University of Arkansas, where he obtained a graduate certificate and then a Master of Science in Operations Management. He is currently a professional track and field athlete and also a volunteer assistant track and field coach at the University of Arkansas, where he still trains. A list of athletic accomplishments includes Olympic champion and record holder 4x400 meter, Olympic finalist 400 meter, world champion 4x400, yes, that's right, gold medal, world indoor silver medalist 4x400, NCAA division champion and multiple all-time American honors 400 and 4x400 meter, SEC champion and multiple time all SEC honors 4x400 meter and 400 meter, and I'll throw in a very proud Carver Panther forever.
Thank you. It's been an amazing experience, being on the next level with track and field, and just can't thank y'all enough for the support that I've gotten throughout my career.
You're welcome. Just give us one moment. We want to get your lovely face. We want to see you all the way here from Atlanta, from your Zoom link. Hold on one second. Christopher, would you mind turning your camera on?
Give me the option right now.
Aww. Well, congratulations. We're so proud of you and all your accomplishment, making APS proud all over the world. Thank you, Board Member Howard, for acknowledging him. So our next recognition will be presented by Board Member Collins. Unfortunately, Anthony Edwards could not attend and wasn't able to jump on Zoom tonight. I've been going back and forth with Minnesota Timberwolves. So we're going to acknowledge him because he got a gold medal. It's on you.
Thank you, Chair Mitchell, for making sure we recognize all of our APS, once an APS student, always an APS student, and their outstanding performance at this year's Olympics. So I am honored to recognize Anthony Ant-Man Edwards, an Atlanta native, and is one of the fastest rising stars in the NBA. The 6'4", 23-year-old forward for the Minnesota Timberwolves is already a two-time NBA All-Star and Olympic gold medalist, Alongside stars like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Edwards and Team USA went undefeated 9-0 throughout the 2024 Paris Olympics. Edwards played in all 6 of the knockout round games and averaged 12.8 points per game as he helped Team USA win gold. Before reaching the heights of NBA stardom, many of us remember little Ant-Man Edwards when he began his high school basketball career at D.M. Thurl High School before transferring to Holy Spirit Prep. And also many of us remember him when he was actually a middle schooler playing both basketball and football at the time. As one of the top recruits in the 2019 class, Edward chose to play college basketball at the University of Georgia, where he averaged 19.1 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game as a freshman. He was the SEC Freshman of the Year and a finalist for the Jerry West Award, which recognized the top collegiate shooting guard. Edwards was then taken number 1 overall in the 2020 NBA draft by the Minnesota Timberwolves. After an impressive rookie season, Edwards finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting and was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team. The Timberwolves have made the playoffs each of the last 3 years with Edwards, including the team's latest run to the 23-24 Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. Off the court, Edwards made his acting debut in the 2022 movie Hustle, and he also has a signature shoe, which I have, the AE1 with Adidas, and with the infamous motto, believe that. So we just want to congratulate Anthony Edwards for his great performance in the Olympics, this year's Olympics, and just continuing to make us proud. So thank you. Thank you so much, Chairman Mitchell.
All right. Well, good evening, and thank you all for attending. I would like to recognize the winners of our 2024 Attendance Awareness Poster Contest. Truancy Prevention and Intervention Services held its annual Attendance Awareness Poster Contest, inviting students from pre-K through 12th grade to showcase their creativity. Participants were asked to submit original drawings, paintings, or graphic designs inspired by this year's theme, Be Present, Be Powerful. There were 292 outstanding submissions. Congratulations to each one of the participants. First, second, and third place prizes were awarded to each grade level. So our first place winners are Daniel Elder from Harper Archer, Callie Chow from Morningside Elementary, Jack Allen from Tumer Elementary, Josiah Dawkins Williams from Wesley International, Leah Woodson from North Atlanta High. Second place winners are Flynn Allen from Tumer Elementary. Yeah, there are more to come here. Stephen Mayo from Tumer Elementary. Sky Patton from Tumer Elementary.
Walkability works.
Ferris Phoebe Sharp from Howard Middle. Anthony Daniels III from Thurl High.
Yes, woo.
Divyanka Mehrotra from Sarah Smith Elementary. Zakai Moore from Tumer Elementary. Grayson Spitzer from Burgess Peterson. Siam Shropshire Taylor from Sutton Middle. Nyasha Afi Herring from North Atlanta High. Zara Wright from Humphreys Elementary.
Oh, yay, woo.
Abel Hecht from Sarah Smith Elementary. Jade Wynn from M. Agnes Jones Elementary. Nevaeh Strange from Dobbs Elementary. Kaz Payne from King Middle. And Mariah Anderson from Thurl High. The winning posters will be displayed near the ballroom throughout September in honor of Attendance Awareness Month. Congratulations again to all of these winners and participants for your outstanding submissions. Thank you, Chair.
Good evening and welcome to the public comment portion of tonight's agenda. In just a few moments, the board will begin hearing from those who signed up to speak by 5:50 p.m. The board welcomes your comments, but before we get started, please take note of the following guidelines on how public comment is conducted. The board has allocated 1 hour for public comment, and each speaker will only be allowed to speak once for a total of 2 minutes, unless additional time was yielded during the sign-in period. The board may elect to hear community comments in any order or sequence and is not limited by the order of the sign-up sheets. All speakers presenting highly detailed information are asked to put their comments in writing, and comment cards are available for those wishing to do so. In addition, in order to maintain meeting decorum, follow appropriate protocols, protect the confidentiality of students, and ensure impartiality, the board will not hear comments on matters involving individual students, parents, or the character, professional competence, or the physical or mental health of any individual. Also, the board will not hear public comment on personnel matters that specifically include the names or titles of employees. This includes, but is not limited to, contract non-renewals, position of abolishment, the hearing or firing of staff, and investigative proceedings regarding allegations of misconduct. Comments regarding personnel issues should be sent in writing to Atlanta Board of Education, 130 Trinity Avenue Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia 30303, or via email at boardcomments@atlantapublicschools.us. Finally, in order to maintain meeting decorum and to ensure all comments can be heard by the board, applause, cheering, jeering, or speech that defames individuals or disrupts the meeting should be refrained from and may be cause for removal, adjournment of the meeting, and/or suspension from attending future Atlanta Board of Education events, hearings, meetings, and other proceedings. With that said, I'd like to call the first 3 speakers to the microphone. Latifa Ali, followed by Reynard Burrell, and Nisha Dobbs. Ms. Ali, your time starts now, 2 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Latifa Ali. I am here representing KIPP Atlanta Schools as one of the family quarterbacks. I've had the pleasure of sending each of my 5 children to KIPP Atlanta Schools, and I couldn't be happier with how beneficial the overall culture of KIPP has enhanced my children's growth and development. So I want to thank you all for your ongoing support of all of our KIPP schools and the broader Atlanta community. Tonight, I just want to briefly highlight the importance of family engagement. As a parent, I believe that strong partnerships between schools and families are key to academic and personal success. I have seen firsthand how KIPP's impactful organizations such as Close Ties is a mentorship program for boys, and our KIPP Family Network have positively impacted our families. And lastly, I just wanted to extend an invitation to welcome you, Superintendent Johnson, and the entire board to tour our KIPP Atlanta schools, just in hopes that you can see firsthand the amazing one-of-a-kind culture that exists within our KIPP schools, and we believe that a firsthand experience will help in making informed decisions that positively impact our school community. You all received an invitation this morning. The first or our next scheduled school tour is at KIPP Ways, and it's on Monday, September 9th. So we would love to see you all in the building. That's it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Ali. Mr. Burrell? Your time starts now.
Good evening, board. My name is Reynard Burrell. I'm the Executive Director of the Federation of Public Service Employees. And first of all, I want to start off by saying thank you. I want to thank you and the board and the administration for correcting the overlooked teacher bonuses, the turnaround bonuses for our media specialists. Our media specialists play a leading role in the literacy program, and they appreciate the correction and acknowledgement. And again, thank you. We're excited about seeing our superintendent moving about the district deliberately and with speed, and meeting our students and educators where they are. I too am moving around the district and meeting with our staff, principals, and educators. And with the exception of the nutrition department's leadership, the feedback I'm getting is strikingly positive. I had the opportunity recently to attend Board Member Zeff's community meeting, and I appreciated the community engagement. As I am reminded, we are all in this together. This Saturday is the APS 5K Character Fun Run, and we will be represented by our president, Ms. Jennifer Saunders. We will also be making a contribution to support the run on behalf of our membership in FPSC. Lastly, I am pleased to announce the winners of our 2004 scholarships for members of APS members. Ms. Tara Shelton, who's here right now, her daughter Brooke Shelton, who will be attending Huntington College. And Ms. Shelton is a coordinator of police intervention and practices. Ms. Tiffany Broadnax, who is a bus driver, for her daughter Jakari Ogletree, who will be attending Clayton State. Mr. Jerry Parker, whose two daughters, Logan Parker and Chloe Parker, who will be attending University of Georgia and Louisiana State University, respectively. And Ms. Jennifer Saunders, who's a media specialist for her son, Jackson Saunders.
Mr. Burrell, that is your time.
University. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Dobbs? Ms. Dobbs, your time starts now.
How you doing? I just want to give a couple of shout outs this evening to the psychology team, Ms. Marianne Green, thank you. They are amazing. To the Magnus Jones team, keep growing those kids. They are doing an amazing job over there with growth. And Washington, the psychologists there, hands down, they're amazing, I have to say. The CELTs are being, let's say this, the culture is changing throughout so far. We've been about 15 meetings. Going good, kids are getting what they need. Feels like, parents feel like they are being heard. I just want to say keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Next, we'll call up Mr. Rodler, followed by Kimberly Dukes and Lloyd Phillips.
How you doing? Thank you for having me. My name is Kyle Rodler. I'm the founder of the Parent Safety Alliance, and I invented the AllSafe app. And I have copies of the AllSafe app that I would like to share with you guys, that is designed to prevent school shootings and allow students and parents to alert anyone in the school system, whether it be administrators, police officers, or teachers, that there is a threat being talked about or discussed amongst the students. It allows this information to be seamlessly passed to the right person before the person acts out or before a violent incident occurs at a school. And I know that the city of Atlanta has had a few issues with violent students in the past, and I would love to help you guys with any of that. My application is going through the process of being patented now, and I would like to offer my patent for free to the City of Atlanta Public Schools to use and refine and protect all of the schools that may have violent incidents that are occurring. And I have a full staff that's willing to help and create solutions to any of these problems that keep occurring, as far as bullying or the ability of the police department to staff some of the events that are off-site. We have the ability for local police officers to be booked through our app on the days that they're not working as a regular police officer, so they would gain a second income, and they could watch off-campus activities such as football games, baseball games, soccer games, anything like that, graduations, and then also any parties or celebrations that may be occurring. And I would love to work with you guys in the future ongoing to develop the app and just make Georgia, as well as the city of Atlanta, a very, very safe place for all kids and teachers as well. And I think it could help a lot with retaining teachers who may feel unsafe at schools. So I would love to work with you guys in the future if you would give me the opportunity.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Rodler.
Thank you.
Kimberly Dukes.
Good afternoon, Dr. Johnson and board members. I'm coming tonight to invite parents out to our fellowship, teachers to come and learn with us, because we are teaching parents and community members and also students about what special education is supposed to look like, the laws, of course, in different categories. Y'all know what we do. I do want to shout out Lisa Hill. Got to shout out Erica. I get on their nerve almost every day, but it's been a good thing because they've been helping me and Nisha navigate these first couple of weeks of school. So I want to make sure I shout them out. One concern that keep me up at night is the APS Police Department. When we talk about special education, I want to make sure that we're not creating the school to prison pipeline. So I want to make sure we're looking at the data, not just in the Washington and the Thera cluster, but throughout all of our clusters. When we talk about suspension rates, also look at how we're using in-school suspension. Check out the proficiency rate in English and math in a lot of those spaces. And again, I tell y'all to double down on the child fine instead of kicking our children out. When I pay attention to some of the Infinite Campus notes, I just look and think about how we could have maximized this time and it could have been a teachable moment instead of penalizing children. So my question is what I've been asking Dr. Bryant. How do the issues that go on in the schools make it to the juvenile detention department before parents hear about it? How do issues make it down to the juvenile justice system or the detention department without student having a tribunal meeting? How do the issues make it down to the juvenile justice department and the student has not or, have been invited to an MDR? So I want to ask you guys, what is the process? I want to make sure that our police officers are mindful of the process and they're showing up to investigate without biases and making sure that we're not creating the school to prison pipeline right here in APS. So I would love to meet with Dr. Brian Johnson and Chief Applin if you guys can make time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dukes, for your comments. Lloyd Phillips.
Good evening, board. I'm coming today with, I'm the founder of Creators of Life Foundation. It's a foundation, it is designed to help our children, psychologically, emotionally help our children. And I'm here to guarantee, once again, I'm here to guarantee higher test scores, cut in violence by 50% if you implement my program at your school. My program consists of interaction. Our kids are so disconnected in so many ways that causes the school system issues in the classroom and outside of the classroom, and cause parent issues too, is because of the disconnection. Technology is a big part of this. So we as human beings have to intervene on that. So if the school system fails and if the parents fail, we are literally just handing our kids over to these officers right here. So we got to intervene before it gets to that point. And my organization is here to enhance our students for their emotional and psychological health on school campuses. And once again, I will guarantee it that where if you implement my program, you will see results in 1 month of implementing it. And I want the three lowest schools who is accomplishing academic scores and the highest incidence of violence, I want them schools. I want to start from the bottom. So you guys, if you adopt my program, if you give me 3 of the most underperforming schools in Atlanta with the highest incidence of violence, if you allow my system right here to intervene I will show you results in 1 month. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Mr. John Davis. Mr. Davis, your time starts now.
Okay. All right. First, we want to thank Dr. Johnson for meeting with us, the Thrive organization, on our, August the 19th in discussion of special education audit with you and Erica Long. That was a great time spent together, and we thank you for giving us your time. Also, we want to highlight the significant improvements that we've seen from responses from the district through Erica Long. We want to thank you guys. It seems like that there is some changing that is going forth, and so we want to highlight the wins. Also, just to remind you that the goal of the special education campaign that Atlanta Thrive kicked off, it was to improve student outcomes within the department through interactive solutions between parents and school staff that are more equitable, and it breeds a climate of culture and trust. So that's the whole goal of the campaign. And to that end, we want to make sure that no scholar is left behind. So we have been talking to purpose-built schools, and we are happy to say that we have a regular meeting with them that we can tell them about what their parents are saying about special education there. And we do want to shout out KIPP. We got a chance to form a relationship with them and their executive staff, having a running meeting with them to talk about special education in those formats as well. And so we do want to highlight that, because the whole goal is for Atlanta Thrive. It's not about charter, it's not about traditional, it's not about partner, it's about student outcome. And so no matter what school is in the space, we want to make sure that every special education scholar has an opportunity to that world-class education. And so my last point that I want to highlight is Atlanta Thrive is going to be hosting a community town hall about special education on Thursday, September 26th. And we'll serve food around 5, and the actual town hall will begin around 6 o'clock. And so I'll be sending board members more information about that, inviting you to the space. And so I look forward to hearing from you guys then. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Davis. Kelly Cooney, followed by Jamila Cates and Tahida Rashid.
Good evening, board members. The Beltline Affordable Housing Advisory Board, known as BAHAB, is comprised of individuals with experience in planning, design, and real estate development and finance. BAHAB monitors and evaluates the availability and location of affordable housing throughout the Beltline, makes recommendations to Atlanta Beltline, Inc. regarding the goals, policies, and utilization of affordable housing resources, and coordinates with other parties committed to affordable housing development throughout the city of Atlanta. BAHAB commends the Atlanta Board of Education for its commitment to addressing the critical issue of affordable housing by exploring development opportunities on properties owned by Atlanta Public Schools. This initiative will help ensure our community remains diverse and accessible to all, particularly families with children in our public schools and the APS employees who educate and support them. While BAHAB applauds APS's efforts, we strongly recommend that the board strengthen its requirements and priorities for affordable housing. The current requirement of 15% of units affordable for households earning 80% or less of the area median income, or 10% of units at 60% of AMI, misses a rare opportunity for APS to steward this public land and respond to the dire need for affordable housing at a time when land is an increasingly precious resource in the city of Atlanta. BAHAB recommends that a minimum of 50% of all units be affordable to households at or below 80% of AMI, with a minimum required percentage of those units affordable to households below 60% of AMI. Thank you for considering this recommendation and for your leadership in addressing the issues of affordable housing in Atlanta.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Cooney. Jamila Cates. Hello. Case, your time starts now.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Ms. Case, can we pause you for a second? We need the volume to go up for you.
Okay.
We're going to start you over, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Your time starts now.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to comment today, and I hope by speaking with you today that you would implement a system in reference for parents and the public, like if they have some sort of issue with any type of staff or any type of person that works at APS, that they implement a system that is trackable, meaning like maybe they have some sort of confirmation number that something was submitted, that is reviewable, meaning like other parents and the public can actually see what was said by other people. It also provides a resolution, meaning that the person, like whatever happened with the situation, was actually given some sort of, like, just tells what happened. That's not my phone. I'm not sure. Sorry. Okay. In reference to what I want to speak about more so today, it has to do with what I've read recently about the number of students. They're reporting that's about 12,000 students in Atlanta Public Schools that are unhoused, and that's a big concern for me as a parent. I know that personally, we've experienced a lot of transitions since COVID. So, you know, then to read like the disciplining record when it comes to these students being at maybe 72%, 95% of out-of-school suspensions and 100% of expulsions, despite being like African American students being 72% of the school population. I feel it's very high and it's too high. In reference to what I want to speak about specifically, at the school that my children attend, which is Midtown High School, currently there's a ban on cell phone use. And there was someone did get SA'd on campus during school hours at that particular school, and I feel like cell phones should be allowed because maybe that person would have had access to a cell phone and it could have been preventable. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Cates. Tahida Rashid.
Hi there. I would like to give my time to Principal Mathis.
What was that?
I apologize, we can't yield your time to anyone. If you sign up, you will have to speak.
All right. Well, my original purpose for, my name is Tawhida Rashid. I am a parent and family quarterback for KIPP Metro Atlanta Schools. And my original purpose really for speaking here was really just to introduce myself as a supporter and new in this role as a family quarterback. I just wanted to express that I'm excited to learn about the process. I'm excited to become a part of it, and welcoming the board again, as my counterpart, Mrs. Ali, said, to come to our school tours. We really want to see your faces in the school. I think it would be very beneficial to us and for you to learn about the KIPP culture even more than you already do, and to make those decisions based on seeing it for your own eyes. I myself could not ask for a better foundation for my 3 children who have gone to KIPP. Their developmental years at KIPP have been phenomenal, and I look forward to just continuing that process for them through high school. And yeah, just grateful to be here today and to listen and to learn how to become a better contributor and a more impactful participant in the community. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your comments, Ms. Rashid.
Thank you, community members, for speaking with us this evening. We always appreciate your feedback and your engagement with us. Now we will hear report outs from conferences, retreats, and committees.
We will not, because we have not had any conferences or committee meetings, but we will hear from Aretta. Look, she's so excited. She can't wait. She's like, I'm ready to talk. Owen will talk about Soft G. Please, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for this time to report out The board did have a 2-day student outcome focused governance retreat this past week. And it was the best time of Board Member Brooks's life. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it was the best time of his life and mine too. It's because we really took the time to recenter and to recommit ourselves around the soft G work, starting with what it is. We do have some new board members who had not participated in the training, and we are about to approach at a very critical time. So we started the retreat with really just talking about what is the purpose of school boards, what is the purpose of school districts. We spent some time understanding definitions, understanding and actually learning and committing to the definitions of what is an input, what is an output, what is an outcome. If we're focusing on student outcomes, then it's going to be very important that we understand what is a student outcome versus an adult outcome, an adult input, or output, right? So we spent some time really digesting and dissecting exactly what those were. We also talked about the role of governance versus the role of a superintendent and the differences between board work and superintendent work. And this input is going to be, oh, my time is up. This input is going to be critical because we're about to move into the next phase, basically, of setting a new set of goals, setting new guardrails, and following the lead of our superintendent around the strategic plan. But let me not move on until I say that the theme of student-focused outcomes governance is that student outcomes don't change until adult behaviors change. I'm gonna say that again. Student outcomes don't change until adult behaviors change. And so this training is for us to truly embrace and execute this governance with fidelity. And I'm really excited about our next steps. As I kind of teased, we're going into, like, it's time for us to develop our next strategic plan. And the board's role within that is engaging the community around their visions and their values. And that engagement will bring us to goals and guardrails that we will work on in concert with the superintendent. So I'm gonna wrap up and tell you what you can expect from me moving forward. And it's for me to lead and challenge us as a board and a community in changing our mindsets, because student outcomes don't change until adult behaviors do. So I commit to being a genesis for change and leading us in this work. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Baldwin. This concludes my remarks. Dr. Johnson, are you we're ready to hear your remarks.
I don't know if I'm ready to hear my remarks, but I'll give some. So I'll be brief. I want to briefly recap the work session from earlier today. There were 3 presentations. There was our first presentation on pre-K and early learning updates from Dr. Joyce Bradley, who's the Director of Early Learning, in which she kind of went over their focus. Secondly, we had a presentation from Olafemi Aina on our ERP modernization and the benefit that will have for the system. And then third, speaking of soft G, student outcomes focused governance, we had an update on Guardrail 2, which is stakeholder engagement. We knew that the goal was to increase, and we did increase in May of 2024, approximately 2.2% from 57.3% to 59.5%. And also, we saw an increased participation rate. At this time, I'd also like to congratulate Washington High School students, staff, and alumni on 100 years. Look forward to celebrating them throughout the month and throughout the year. Just a tremendous accomplishment. And also mention, just for reminders, there's several community meetings that will be forthcoming over the next several weeks and months, in which obviously myself and other members of the administrative team, as well as board members, will be operating many of those meetings or all those meetings in concert. So really excited about Really excited about that. We'll continue to use, the last note here is we'll continue to use, if you see something, say something, anonymous reporting system. So we hope that, and everybody knows that they can submit a secure and anonymous tip regarding safety concerns. You can find the app, the Say Something app. It's available on Google Play or the Apple Store. Chair, this concludes my remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Board members, before we move forward to the consent agenda, I just want to make sure that you're aware that we need to make a slight amendment to tonight's agenda. As Board Member Howard must abstain from city matters. Thus, I request a motion to amend the agenda to remove items 5.4B, 5.4C, and 5.4D from the consent agenda and move the items into discussion and action under 6.2, 6.3, and 6.4. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair McDonald, second by Board Member Briscoe Brown.
Point of clarification. I'm looking at our agenda and I see those items already in discussion and action. So
We just did it.
oh, I got you. So
But I had to
the
make
horse
sure
ran,
I
the cart
clarified
ran in front of the
real
horse.
time.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay, okay.
Because we didn't make that adjustment, so we doing
I
it
almost
now.
felt like we were doing something unnecessarily. Cool. All right. I
Gotcha.
digress.
Okay. So, Dr. Johnson, would you please present the new amended consent agenda?
But before you do, I'm sorry to interrupt. Vote on the amended.
Oh, I'm sorry. The voice vote. I'm sorry. I just.
That's
my bad. Excuse me. It was properly moved by Vice Chair McDonald, second by Board Member Briscoe Brown. Oh my God. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Oh, it's a voice vote. Oh, but it's, okay, thank you. You ready? Okay. All right, so, let's see. Are we waiting for this display? Or can I move forward? I don't know. I can move forward. Okay, thank you. Dr. Johnson, would you please present the amended consent agenda?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair and members of the board. Pleased to submit the consent agenda items 51A through 54D. Actually, let me take that back. The consent agenda for approval just based on the adjustments. I would like to specifically call out the following policy items on the consent agenda. 51E, 5.3I through 5.3J, which pertains to the first reading of policy JC, which outlines student rights and responsibilities. Items 5.3I through 5.3J authorize superintendents to enter into and execute a contract with Application Software Technology, LLC, AST, to provide implementation services for Oracle Fusion Cloud applications and to execute a contract with Application Software Technology to purchase Oracle licenses to provide enterprise resource planning through software as a service.
Is there a motion to approve consent agenda items 5.1A through 5.4A?
So moved.
Moved by Board Member Briscoe Brown, second by Board Member Brooks.
Brooks.
Board Member Brooks.
Chevy Brooks.
Yeah.
It's another new guy up here.
Ms. Murray, could you please open the polls?
I like it. I like it. Laptop.
Been doing over there.
Thank you. Now we will move to discussion and action. The following items will be discussed. The proposed budget adjustment for FY 2025. Dr. Johnson, would you please present the budget adjustment information?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'm guessing this is also where we can discuss what initially was 5.4B through 5.4D. Okay. So let me deal with that first. 5.4B, what was 5.4B through 5.4D. I don't know what number it is now. I'm looking at it, but it is to authorize the superintendent to enter into a project-specific intergovernmental agreement with the City of Atlanta Urban Development Corporation for the pre-development and development of the former Lakewood Heights Elementary School and the Atlanta Urban Development Corporation. To authorize the superintendent and the board chair to enter into a framework intergovernmental agreement for property use and development with the City of Atlanta Urban Development Corporation for the development and lease of up to 8 APS-owned properties, and to authorize superintendent to enter a project-specific intergovernmental agreement with the City of Atlanta Urban Development Corporation for the pre-development and development of the People Street property. Additionally, under discussion and action, we have several budget adjustments before you this evening. For the general fund, there's a decrease in the consolidated school improvement by $1.55 million, increasing Title I Part A family engagement by $27,525, and increasing the Title I Part A consolidated funds adjustment by $1,031,967. We have several adjustments to state grants, including increasing the state grant for feminine hygiene products by $1,127, increasing the para-to-teacher reimbursement grant by $55,000, increasing the FY25 custodian supplement grant by $198,000, and increasing the math and science supplement by $267,163. Finally, to help offset the impact of leveling, we request to carry over $1.184 million of unspent non-personnel dollars from the previous year to establish an instructional reserve. For special revenue, we are decreasing the Title I Part A allotment by $1.823 million and school improvement by $1.8 million. We're also going to increase a federal grant for the supply chain assistance grant for nutrition by $1.25 million.
Is there a motion to approve the proposed budget adjustment for FY 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Board Member Collins, second by Board Member Briscoe Brown. Any discussion?
It's just,
Yeah, she already, yeah. Now we'll open up for discussion for items 6.12, formerly item 5.4B, and IGA agreement, APS and AUD for the Lakewood Heights property. Yes, you may.
Yeah, this is an exciting endeavor that we're embarking in, this partnership with the city. This is I think, government working for our citizens, APS coming together with the city to form this intergovernmental agreement. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I know we all want to move as quickly as we can, but I know the mayor's on board, and I know this body's on board, and so we're trying to do everything we can to help our unhoused citizens. So I'm very excited to move forward.
I'll tap in.
Board Member Brooks and Board Member Collins, I can't.
Thank you. No, I want to second what Board Member Zeff said. The Atlanta public school system is the largest landowner in the city. Excuse me, second. But the truth is that in the affordability emergency and crisis that we're in the city, if something is to be done, we have a hand to play in it. I just want to show my appreciation and gratitude to my colleagues on the board for a shared urgency among us all. We've seen how long this process of procurement, RFQs, and all this stuff has gone. And with this board, I can sense a palpable energy around opening up opportunity to create a more affordable housing for our students, our teachers in the city of Atlanta. And so I'm just proud of our board for that. So I just want to pat us collectively on the back there.
I know. I'll echo my colleague, Board Member Brooks, but I'm smiling from ear to ear because we are finally here with the first phase. Those that have been with the board members that have been with us over the last few years know our facilities master planning effort has been a huge one. It has been multiple years. And at that time, survey and board leadership just really excited for the conversations that we were having in terms of truly exploring what to do with our vacant land that was too small for us to develop a new school, but really could be a beacon of refreshed energy in a community. So I am just personally really excited to see where we are now in terms of the properties that we're going to vote on tonight, and also the first wave of the 8 properties that we've had conversations on. And just wanted to thank my colleagues over the years for really being open to thinking outside the box, but also recognizing that we are in the space of of educating children, but also understanding that schools and the schools and education is part of the ecosystem that make our city great, and how we can support our families being able to stay in this city. So I'm just really excited about this moment, and I'm really excited about the next things that happen next as we continue to go down this path. And just really truly also want to thank Larry Hoskins and his team, the city and the team, for really being open to our, being open to explaining our deep technical questions, because this is the first, right? I mean, we're making history nowhere, and I think that's important for us as a board to lead, to set the model and set the example for when people over traditionally has told us things can't be done. Here we're about to show that we can make it happen. So I just wanted to thank the administration for really, really walking us through this, because this is a great moment for us in history. We are really about to enter into a space of helping to address affordability and development for our city and some of our most deserving neighborhoods. So I just want to thank you all so much.
Okay. I would like to request a motion to approve item 6.12.
Moved.
Second.
By Board Member Brooks, second by Board Member Briscoe Brown.
Oh, sorry, that's me, you guys. I'm just sitting here.
It's fine.
My apologies.
First day on the job. It's
Just-
okay.
it's fine.
It's okay.
Board Member Howard.
In abundance of caution, I abstain due to my job with the city.
Good governance.
Thank you, Board Member Howard. Now we're in, now I will open discussion for item 6.13, formerly item 5.4C, the framework IGA between APS and ADU. Any discussions?
Have a quick comment.
Okay, Board Member Collins.
Do you want to go? Oh, I just wanted to I know we've had like deep discussion, and I know you, Board Member Dr. Z, and Board Member Zeph.
Dr.
Also,
Z is good.
just wanted to make sure the record, just want to make sure the record reflects in terms of the conversation and the flow chart and the timeline. Really, we know that's a piece that will be up, that will be modified or be up for revision as we, as we want to move with a sense of urgency. So I just want to make sure tonight's record reflect that.
Board Member Briscoe.
Yes, I want to convey my excitement in building this relationship with the city, with the philanthropic community, with other sectors of our community as we move forward to solve what really is the most difficult problem in Atlanta, and that is homelessness. I had the pleasure of attending Mayor Dickens' press conference this morning where he talked about how housing affects every aspect of a person's life, and for no one so much as our children, who need that stability so that they can become great students. So many of the issues we deal with here in Atlanta Public Schools are because our children are not secure at home. And so I think what we're building here is not only a way to impact this greatest problem in Atlanta, but a model for partnership with other city, county, state, and private organizations for years to come. And that's just exciting that we are doing something not just for now, but for 5, 10, and 50 years from now.
Now I would like to request a motion to approve item 6.13.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Board Member Collins, second by Board Member
Johnson.
I'm sorry, I did, and I said yes. I pressed the button and I closed it and it went away.
Thank you. Now we'll now open up for discussion for item 6.14, formerly item 5.4D, and IGA between APS and ADU for People Street property. Any discussion? Okay. Well, now I will entertain a motion to approve item 6.14.
So moved.
Long day.
Second.
Moved by Board Member Baldwin, second by Board Member Collins. Thank you. This month, we have two resolutions, one recognizing Atlanta Public Schools Alumni Month and one recognizing the 100th year of Booker T. Washington High School. Board Member McDonald, would you please present one of the resolutions for Atlanta Public Schools Alumni Month?
Yes. I hear your side commentary and I like it. This resolution highlights the month of September as Atlanta Public Schools Alumni Month. Atlanta Public Schools was established by an Atlanta City Council ordinance on January 30, 1872. In the fall of 1872, Atlanta Public Schools opened 3 grammar schools and 2 high schools, bringing the total number of schools offering free education to the city's children to 7. In 2024, Atlanta Public Schools is the home of more than 50,000 students in 89 schools across the city of Atlanta. From boys and girls high schools to BEST and Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy, Atlanta Public Schools has graduated some of the best and brightest to impact the nation, establishing the district's legacy as an academic powerhouse and producer of accomplished scholars and leaders in every field of human endeavor. Atlanta Public Schools counts in its legacy generations of notable individuals, including the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Civil Rights Leader, Verda Colvin, Georgia Supreme Court Justice, and who swore our new superintendent in, Mary Frances Early Educator, Andre Dickens, the 61st Mayor of Atlanta, Jasmine Guy, the actor, S. Truett Cathy, an entrepreneur, Barbara Cook, singer, Evander Holyfield, well-known athlete, Katie Howard, Atlanta Board of Education, Antonia McKay, Olympian. I think we don't put Katie last on the list, but we'll work on that for next time. Therefore, be it resolved that the Atlanta Board of Education honors and recognizes September 2024 as Atlanta Public Schools Alumni Month. Katie J. I will now open up discussion on agenda item 7.1, a resolution recognizing Atlanta Public Schools Alumni Month. Any discussion? So moved.
Hearing none.
National Katie Howard Day.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair McDonald, second by Board Member Briscoe Brown.
Yeah.
Ready? Since we've already had the pleasure of hearing Board Member Baldwin read the Booker T. Washington recognition, I would just like to open it up for discussion on a resolution recognizing the 100th year of Booker T. Washington High School. Let's hear it.
Go Dogs.
Burke. Woof, woof. I'm extremely proud to see a 100-year celebration of the oldest historic Booker T. Washington High School, first African American high school in the city of Atlanta. I have been fortunate that to have had my grandparents on both sides of my family to graduate from the Booker T. Washington High School, going back to 1936. And my parents, well, my dad, his older brother, and his younger brother did attend Booker T. Washington. Mother attended Price, but Booker T. Washington High School is the foundation of our educational institution for this city, for African Americans. And this legacy is so important because it's a testament to educational excellence that helped build this city. So I am honored to celebrate in a year-long celebration of Booker T. Washington High School. Thank you. Go ahead, board member comments.
I'll just make it really quick, but just congratulating Booker T. Washington High School on turning 100. And I just reflect on the fact just at being on this side of history. I think it's an amazing thing to celebrate. I'm really excited to celebrate the year-long and just really admire the alumni that has come out, that has set the stage and expectation has come out of Booker T. Washington High School, but also what's next ahead. So I'm just excited to celebrate that. Booker T. Washington is turning 100. We just had our 150 years of APS, and it's just I think these are the moments that I truly appreciate service in this space historically, even in terms of just what we've seen come out of Booker T. Washington High School. So congratulations again. And I'm waiting to become an honorary Bulldog, but I know I got to do a few more things to earn that. But congratulations again. We look forward to celebrating with you all. Thank you.
All right. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Moved by Board Member Baldwin.
Second.
Second by Board Member Johnson.
That's a Benteen Bulldog, not a Washington Bulldog.
Yes.
That Bulldog was K5. Oh, okay. Facts and Cougars.
Thank you, Mrs. Murray. Now, Madam General Counsel, does the board need to report out from executive session?
Yes, Madam Chair, the board needs to take action on one item. I understand that yourself and Board Member Johnson have recused themselves from this vote due to personal and business relationships that could constitute a conflict of interest. And with that, I request a motion that the Atlanta Board of Education accept the tribunal's findings of fact and recommendations dated July 16th, 2024, to non-renew Dr. Cheryl Neely's contract for employment.
So moved.
Second.
Everyone should.
Oh, it should have been recused. Oh, I need to change mine to recused.
Shouldn't there be 7 votes?
Should be 7.
Yeah, reopen that. 3
Sorry.
recused, but they should be.
I need to.
Okay.
I need to be a recused.
All recusals, right.
Yes, that was me. I recused that mistake, sorry. Yep, thank you.
All right. Bring out. Nobody's ready to leave. Ratification of completed purchases. This report outlines purchases that have been made outside board approval or clarification of outstanding issues. The procurement department has received the attached request and is notifying the board that these purchases have been made in accordance with the procurement method noted. The board travel report is a monthly report that details district-funded travel for members of the board and the board office, including the total year-to-date spending. The special revenue report provides information regarding the amended budget based on grant budget adjustments. The construction report is a monthly report on active construction projects that are primarily funded by the voter-approved Special Purpose Local Options Sales Tax, also known as SPLOST. Each of these reports can be found under the Information tab in Assembly.
Thank you, Vice Chair McDonald. Now we entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
There you go. I'm sorry. Moved by Board Member Brooks and second by who
Everybody, it's a school night.
Someone's got a second.
Dr. Board Member Zell. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
Aye.
Good night.